33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the book of Proverbs. When one finds a worthy wife, her value is far beyond pearls. Her husband, entrusting his heart to her, has an unfailing prize. She brings him good and not evil all the days of her life. She obtains wool and flax and works with loving hands. She puts her hands to the distaff and her fingers ply the spindle. She reaches out her hands to the poor and extends her arms to the needy. Charm is deceptive and beauty fleeting. The woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her a reward for her labors, and let her works praise her at the city gates. The word of the Lord.
Prosperity of Jerusalem all the days of your life. Blessed are those who fear the Lord.
A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Thessalonians. Concerning times and seasons, brothers and sisters, you have no need for anything to be written to you. For you yourselves know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief at night. When people are saying, peace and security, then sudden disaster comes upon them, like labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, for that day to overtake you like a thief. For all of you are children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night or of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as the rest do, but let us stay alert and sober. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant, and gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant, and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank, so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him, and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." The Gospel of the Lord.
November 19th, the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. The first reading comes from Proverbs 31, 10-13, 19-20, and 30-31. This passage speaks about how a worthy wife is of value beyond pearls. Now, we have to realize that this passage speaks about the worth of the woman in terms of how it benefits a man. Nevertheless, it does speak about the fact that the woman is industrious. She uses her talents to help the family. She is charming, hospitable. She is a truly good person. Now, that's very rare in the Old Testament, speaking about the goodness of a woman like this. It reminds me of Ruth, who's a truly profoundly good person. The second reading is from 1 Thessalonians 5, 1-6. In the previous passage, Paul had spoken about the end of the world. What does he say about it now? We don't know when it's coming. We should always be ready, because it'll come upon us like labor pains come upon a pregnant woman. And then he changes the theme a little bit. We're not living in darkness anymore, so that we be overtaken like a thief. Rather, we're children of the light. If that's the case, then our deeds have to be filled with light. They have to be transparent. We have to be authentic in what we say we are. Because it does no good to do lip service to our faith and then secretly harbor evil intentions in our heart, secretly do things that make us less than what we should be. We have to be transparent so that everyone can see that we are truly children of light. Notice the duality here, light and darkness. This is especially true at a time of final judgment. Up to that point, there's a lot of grays in morality in our life. Very often we have to choose not between what's good and bad, but between what's good and better and bad and worse. Those are difficult choices. At the end of the world, the choice will be simple. Either we are for God or against God. The Gospel is from Matthew 25, 14-30. This is the story of a man who's going on a journey, calls in 3 servants, and gives them talents that they're to invest. Now, a talent is a very large sum of precious metal, either gold or silver. And there are various theories about how much it was. A lot of the theories say somewhere around 75 pounds. So this is an incredible amount of wealth. One servant is given 5 talents, 1 3, 1 1. The ones who are given 5 and 3 talents invested, and they get a similar return. But the one who has one doesn't invest it, he hides it. Why? Because he's afraid of his master. He figures that if he loses it, then the master will punish him. What's the master's decision? He takes the talent away from him, gives it to the one who has 5, and throws them out. If God gives us talents, we're supposed to use them. If God gives us riches, we're supposed to use it to help others. If God showers His love upon us, the love is not to be something that we try to hold to ourselves, but rather something that we share with those who most need it. And why is that talent taken away and given to the one who had many? The idea here is probably faith. The person who has faith, that faith will grow. But if the person doesn't have faith, even what little the person has will be lost. And may God bless us.